Thank you. On this somber occasion, may I respectfully invite all of us to observe a minute of silence in memory of our fallen heroes.
My great people of Ghana, what is happening around? What is really happening around? This case of the helicopter crash is bringing a lot of sadness. I mean, we are not done mourning Daddy Lumba yet, and then this suddenly happens to Ghana. Like, the way things are happening is really, really intense. And about this helicopter crash, some investigations need to be done concerning this helicopter crash. Because seriously, looking at how a helicopter would move from Accra to Obuasi and then in the middle of the air, boom, then we don't hear from 8 good people, 8 government public figures like this. They are just gone, just like that. And you know something more worsening about this case? We've heard from the reports that President John Dramani Mahama was supposed to be on that flight going to Obuasi because he was a special guest at the program that they were launching at Obuasi. So he was supposed to be at that program. So he was the one supposed to be on the flight going or heading to Obuasi. But because of another program at Cape Coast, that is at Assemblies of God, a program titled First National Pastors and Spouses Prayer Spouses Prayer Retreat. Because of that program, John Dramani Mahama delegated these ministers to represent him at that Obuasi program. So he didn't actually go for the Obuasi program, and he actually went for the church program.
The president was the one originally scheduled to be there at this program.
Absolutely.
And then he says, I am delegating you to represent me. Now, actually, if you send someone and something like that happens to the person, you tend to blame yourself.
It's what I was saying earlier.
If I had not sent this person, would this have happened to him or her? And I think that explains why we have not heard from the president all this while.
Looking at this, like, if he hadn't chosen to go for that church program and he was on that flight and this blast had happened, we would have lost our president. This is so emotional and so serious. How can you, like, losing your president in the middle? This is the 8th month John Dramani Mahama's governance is still ruling, the 8th month, and then you will hear that our president is gone. It's so very, very serious. It's so serious. The 5th person who was supposed to join the flight, that is the Interior Minister Mohammed Muntaka. He was replaced at the last minute with Muntala. So if you are not getting the name clearly, the one who is dead is Muntala, and Muntaka was the one supposed to be on that flight, but at the last minute he was drawn back by our finance minister Ato Forsen, saying that he was supposed to be at a meeting with the immigration service. So our interior minister didn't go for that meeting or that lunch at Obuasi, but instead Mohammed Muntala was the one who replaced him at the last minute. This is so like serious. So even still, even whether it's Muntaka or Muntala, we still lost people. 8 good souls were just lost, just like that in this crash. This case is so serious. First, it was our president who was supposed to go, and something happened and he wasn't supposed to go. And at the last minute, too, Minister Muntaka was supposed to go, then Muntala replaced him. Like, the way things are going, something needs to be done. That helicopter needs to be investigated thoroughly to find out what exactly happened to that helicopter for it to just lose rudder in the middle of the air. And you know something more fascinating about this thing? Like, the story is becoming more interesting and more emotional and more sad, because on that same day, that flight going to from Accra to Obuasi, on that same day, another flight that is helicopter 9G ADW with 4 people had an emergency landing at Ajumako Kokoben on a school Presbyterian Park. And they landed safely at the place, and 8 good people in another flight just died. 4 people were able to land safely due to from the news you're having, it was due to conditions, weather conditions. So they landed, they had an emergency landing at the Presbyterian Park, and they landed safely. And that same morning, another flight in the air just lost radar, and poof, 8 good people just lost their life. Just lost their life, just like that. This is so sad, and so like thinking about it makes it even more sad. And watching how Minister Muntaka is shedding tears, and President John Dramani Mahama is also shedding tears. Like, it's so sad and emotional. Like, you wake up and you get to maybe the Parliament House, and then you see that those seats are empty. Nobody is there to fill them because they are gone. They are nowhere to be found. You are not going to see them ever again. That thought itself makes tears come down just like that. And you know something about my people from Ghana? They are so like, they say, lack of wisdom, my people perish. Lack of knowledge, rather, my people perish. Accident is, you know, at the place, at the site of the accident, you know, the helicopter parts, someone has taken part of the helicopter. Look at this, pure evidence. Ukita, pure evidence. Oh, same. This, like, Ghanaians, what exactly is wrong with you people? Pure evidence. Are you betting me at tracking what exactly caused the helicopter to crash? Okita, I want to him. Oh, this is so sad, and so, like, I don't understand what exactly is going on. Something has happened, a crash just happened, and people are rushing to the site. What if the helicopter hasn't finished, you know, exploding? Then at the gathering of people coming at the place, then boom, another people to get blasted in the case. I know that people are rushing to find news. Everybody wants to bring out the news, but Charlie, you guys have to, you know, think about your lives first, safety first. Helicopter crash, and China, the parts are just scattered around. Then you pick parts of the helicopter, holding the pure evidence. No, are you betting you're using? You're finding out what exactly caused that crash. No? This is so sad and so serious. Like, the fact that our president's life was even on the, like, to lose a president, like, it's really serious, a serious case. We need to look intensively into this one, because so earlier yesterday at 9 p.m. John Dramani Mahama, our president, addressed the nation, and he spoke a lot. He said a lot. I mean, he was so emotional. You can see from his speech that he was so emotional.
Let us set aside our differences and offer our collective compassion to the bereaved families. This is not a time for division, speculation, or political point scoring. It is a time for strength we offer to those whose lives have been lost. To the families, to the Ghana Armed Forces, to the ministries and departments that have lost dedicated staff, and to the National Democratic Congress, which mourns the passing of valued members, may you find strength in their memory and their legacy.
Oh, he said, this is not a time for division, speculation, or political point scoring. I can see that from the things that are happening in the video circulating around, people are targeting, and if MPP was on this, if NDC, this is not the time. We have lost 8 good people. This is not the time for political speculation and other things. And so it's the time for strength. Like, our president really speaks like body. I like the way he speaks. He says it's the time for strength, for empathy, and for enduring the Ghanaian spirit that still stands tall when everything falls. Such a strong statement from our president, who is still in an emotional state. Like, if it were to be me, that like, hey, baby, I may call. How will you feel? You'll be so grateful, you'll be so sad, you'll be so emotional. The feelings are going to be just mixed up, and he was boldly able to stand right there and address the whole nation concerning this case. Like, oh Charlie, this is so sad. And during that addressing, he stated that Emmanuel Amakofi Boa is going to be taxed over duties as the Ministry of Environment, following the tragic loss of Dr. Ibrahim Mutala. So Emmanuel Amakofi Boa is going to be taking the place, acting as Ibrahim Mutala's place. So the president doesn't want, because of this sudden loss of people, there's definitely going to be, how do we say it? Like, the place is going to be tight with duties, so he's assigning the duties immediately so that work is still going to go on process. That is a great leader for you. A great leader for you. Even though he's emotional, he has to set things in place. He has to set things in place, because no matter what he does, those 8 souls are still gone. There's nothing we can do about it. And he has also placed Dr. Cassiel Atuforsen to oversight the duty of the Minister of Defense. That is, he's also taking the place of the late Dr. Omane Boama, Edward Omane Boama. This case is really, really intense and so emotional. So emotional, losing such key government features. Just at the moment where they are going to perform their duties, representing themselves at a program at Obuasi, then this just happens to them. And a video I saw online that broke my heart very much, was how their bodies were being carried in, we say in the African dialect, cocoa bottle. Their bodies were just packaged in cocoa bottle, carrying, like, life is short, life is too short. Just one minute, an hour from now, you are heading from here to here. Then the next minute you are dead, and the next minute you are carrying your body, your left. Oh, Charlie, it was so sad, so sad. Looking at how human beings' bodies have been packaged in cocoa bottle. Life is so short. Like, if there is something, like, always, God has to be ahead of everything that you do. God has to be ahead of everything that you do. Because looking at the grace that is upon our President John Dramani Mahama, to miss this kind of misfortune is a great, like, I'm not saying it was good for the 8 people to have died in his place, but for him to escape that, we have to be praying for him. Because if Ghana loses John Dramani Mahama at this point, sorry to say, we are dead. We are dead, because ever since he came into power, I've been seeing some changes. A lot of things, like when the election was going, people doubted that, Mahama is come to do doomso again and stuff. But when he came into power, things are being put in place and Ghana is working well. For me, I'll say Ghana is working well for me. I don't know about you. But me, Ghana is working well for me. So if this man, we lose this man, this precious man, Ghana is going to be so sad. And during his addressing, he stated that we are going to have a 3 days observation, candle observation for those 8 good souls that we lost, which is going to end on Saturday, the 9th of August 2025. And he also generally announced that there is going to be an interdenominational interdenominational state funeral on the 15th of August at the Black Star Square, in memory of those 8 people we lost in the helicopter crash. Please, even if you are not able to make it on that Saturday, or I don't think it's a Saturday, on that 15th of August 2025, kindly let's come together as Ghanaians. Let's come together as one black spirit, and let's bid our last goodbye, because these people were on duty. They were on their way to duty, and this sad thing happened to them. It's so sad. So sad. Like the thought of it that our president, oh Charlie, it's so sad. I want to get your comments down there, and let's, interact more on this case. And, I want to see your comment down there. And for those who are speaking about the helicopter being investigated, the President John Dramani Mahama addressed yesterday that the helicopter is being investigated thoroughly, and the people who lost their people, like the families of the lost people, their bodies have been checked, and there's still investigations going on. So for those who are speaking out that why aren't they investigating? Investigation is going on. They are investigating the helicopter, the black box from the helicopter, and they are checking everything. They have taken some samples outside, and they are still investigating. So definitely something is going to come out. I want to get your comments down there, and let's interact more on this case, because this is very serious. If you are not subscribing to our media trends or our media, you might miss this opportunity on getting updated. Kindly subscribe and let me get your comment down there. I am your host, Tracy. Thank you.